2, 1. Hey, what's up, guys? This is Justin from Justice League Swag, and today we're going to be doing a deck profile on Brent's Prism deck that he actually top first in our box tournament yesterday. So, Brent, take it away.
So my buddy is like the same one everybody's using for Prisms, with Arthos, which no explanation needed. First, I'm going to start off with my size zeros. I run 2 of the red Crystal Dragon Chameleon, just to get rid of the Soul Guard, because I knew going into this tournament, the new trial decks came out, there's going to be a bunch of Prism players, so might as well go ahead and mainboard things that's going to give me a somewhat advantage over their Soul Guard. Next, I run 2 of the white Crystal Dragon Ferment. Basically, use your Mock Braver clone. He's basically another shield for your center. I run 1 red Crystal Dragon Almorny, just for I had an extra spot, so I was like, you know what? Why not, get a card for more gauge? And then I run 4 of the white Crystal Dragon Raisling. Drawing's great. Now my size 3s. I ran 2 green Crystal Dragon Shieldry. Great when it dies, a gain life. When it attacks, if I have 7 more life, I blow something up. Next, I run 4 blue Crystal Dragon Calvados. Great for getting rid of Penetrate, and also another gauge card. And then, of course, I run 4 of my buddy Quincy's Crystal Dragon Alortha. No explanation needed for her or him. It.
Him.
It's an it. Next, I run only 4 weapons. I run the Crystal Spikes, giving my center +2/+2, and also burning people. So good, so great. Next, I run on my spells. I run 2 mystery settings. It's just, great card. Basically, if you got another soul and you gauge when you attack. Next, I run Fragment Reload at 2. I was iffy about this spell, but after playing a bunch of Thunder Empire, stuff like that, it's almost a guaranteed 2 gauge. Because I'm pretty much going to get rid of whatever card is going to pester me for the next turn. Next, I run 3 dead copies, which is great because if my monster dies, I can just play this card, play the call cost, and my buddy or whatever other size 3 I had at the time comes right back. Next, I play 2 Harry Glide.
I shuffle first, right?
Basically, it's a counter. Take a Prism Dragon from my hand, put it in my center by paying its call cost, and it gets counterattacked until the end of turn. Sort of makes the stops for people who wants to keep on going at you with them nice, stupid Dragon Empire multi-attacking cards.
It's not stupid, it's awesome.
Next, I play 4 Radiant Shields.
I wouldn't say your box is awesome.
Which is just, negate the attack, burn your opponent. When you have your shoes out, you burn them for another, so that's 2 damage for all the great price of 1 gauge. Now, this card, they're experimental. I run 3 Visible Lights. The difference between my deck and a bunch of the other decks that were played today is I gauge ramp really fast, so I can just start building my walls quick and trying to hurry up and whittle my opponent down before they get rid of all my stuff. And with the Visible Lights, I also play 2 Dispersions. Since they're not once per turn cards, it's great. Why don't you just pay 2 gauge, draw 2? Especially when you play Visible Light before, it's just more pluses. Next, I play 2 Prism Armlets, which is basically your counterattack +3/+3 clone, real generic. Next, I play 2 Prism Eyes, which, with Prism Dragons, and when you want to get the shoes on the field, and you have your buddy, that's 9k. You're pretty much blowing up everything on the field. And then I've also played 4 enhancements. because gauging and drawing is really good.
Really good.
And then for the last, I run 3 of the Broken Impacts crystal shot. I probably got this off 3 times yesterday, which is great because they try to end their turn. You go, final phase, I kill you. But yeah, that's my deck profile for this.
Please like and subscribe, and we'll try to have more deck profiles up next week.
Thanks, guys.
Hey, what's up, guys? This is Justin from Justice League Swag, and today we're going to be doing a deck profile on the second place box tournament champion. We have Dave White here, and he was playing Prisms. His buddy is Thor. Look at that swagged out flag. So take it off, Dave.
Alright, guys. So my buddy right here is Quintessence Crystal Dragon Thor. Basically, she's 3 gauge. You put 2 cards into the soul, and with her, when she's in the center, she can't be destroyed by opponent's card effects, and you don't take damage by card effects. So it's good when it doesn't have penetrate, and it has double attack with soul guard. So for the size zeros, I run 2 red crystal dragon armor on. Basically, you have a size 3 in your center, call this to the side, and you get gauged. So 3-1-2, but it's mainly just get gauged in case you have gauge problems. Next, what we have here is I run 3 white crystal dragon Rizzlings. Basically, it's your draw engine. Size 3 on the center, call this to the side, and you draw. And it's not once per turn, so you can keep calling over. I run 3, however you want 4 for your draw engine. Next, what we're going to have is White Crystal Dragon Ferment. Basically, with Ferment, he's a Mock Raider. When you're being attacked, counter, active speed, you pay 1 gauge, call it to the field, and it's a redirector, so that'd be attacked. It's also good for his shield. Next up, I have my size 1s. I'm running 2 size 1 Candy Crystal Dragon Gillette. What Gillette does, it's a pay 1 gauge with Soul Guard. If you have a size 3 in the center, or just the size of the monster in the center, it gets plus 1,000 power and defense. The ability also stacks on its own. And if you have a monster in your center, the size of this card is size 0. So it's a 1, which turns into a 0 with Soul Guard, and it powers up. I'm running 1 of the new promo, Karma of the Future, Garnet DeGram. Basically, if you have a Prism Dragon item equipped, it gets counterattack. So it's a 5/2/7 double tech Soul Guard. Your item can either put it to a 6/2/8 or a 7/2/9 with counterattack. So they attack it, counterattack goes off, you destroy their monster.
4 times.
Next, I have Blue Crystal Dragon Calvados. He's put top card of your deck into this card's soul and pay 1 gauge. When this card's attacked, it nullifies the attacking card's penetrate. I run 1 because when you get to the other size 3, the secret pack of Athora, it nullifies basically card effect damage, so penetrate doesn't affect it. Also, when this card is destroyed, you gain gauge, so it also helps you with gauge problems.
It has resist, which means I can't target it.
Next, we have Green Crystal Dragon Shardray. The top card of your deck into the soul, and you pay 2 gauge. So every time this card leaves the field, you gain a life. So it's destroyed, Soul Guard technically destroys it, and you get 1 life. And then when it's sacked, if you have 7 life or more, you destroy a card on your opponent's card, monster on your opponent's field. So if you can't get over that center, you attack the side, you activate a skill, blow up the center. It's got double attack, so the ability is twice, and it's good.
And then he comes back with a guy's skill as well. And then he gets 5,000 because
next.
So it's going to be 20, 31 to back.
I run 4 Radiant Crystal Dragons Athoras. The top card of this deck into the soul and pay 2 gauge. Then if you have monster, or if this card is in the center, this card can't be destroyed by card effects on your opponent's turn. It can still be destroyed in your turn, but that's okay because your weapons are going to power it up. That's double attack and soul guard. So they pretty much have to destroy it on your turn, or they have to attack it basically by link attack with battling. Next, we run the big boy. 4 copies of Quintessence Crystal Dragon Athora. So this is what I was telling you guys about. It's pay 3 gauge, get 2 soul. It's cards in your center. You can't be destroyed by card effects on either player's turn, and you don't take effect damage. So it's very good against most decks. Against Oni Assassins with Kitabuki. Kitabuki comes out, it can't destroy it, so you don't take card effect damage from anything. Penetrate also doesn't work because Penetrate is damaged by card effect. Very, very good. People are going to try and get that off the board quick. For items, I have a little mix-up. I have 3 Emerald Spikes. It gives a +1/+1 if it's monsters in the center. It's 1 gauge. I like this because of the counter ability. Basically, its counter ability it acts as a shield. If you don't have any shields in your hand, but you need your monster in the center, just destroy the card and your monster stays on the field. I don't have no problem running this because it keeps my Dragon Slides actually helped me in some of my matches. The next set of items I'm running is the Crystal Spikes. This is the go-to one you want to go into. Gives +2/+2 to your center monster. It also says your abilities of your center monster cannot be nullified. But with this as well, is if your opponent attacks and you have a monster Prism Dragon in your center, you deal 1 damage to your opponent. The ability activates 1 per turn. This has actually stole games because every time they attack, as long as you have your monster center, it burns them. So Soul Guard, they're going to attack, they're automatically going to take 1 damage. And it's also a good effect with Radiant Shield because they'll take 2. Next is the impacts. I'm running 3 Cristiano Crystal Shoots. Basically what this does, during your opponent's final phase, on their turn, if they have 4 lives or less, you pay 2 gauge, you deal 4 damage to your opponent. It can't be reduced, it can't be nullified, and they can't revive, so Burn Nova, that's a no-go for this. Which works very good. It's also good to change. You could also run the other one, which is pay 3 gauge, deal 3 damage on your opponent's turn. That's an okay one, but I'd rather have the game finisher because you're building a wall deck. For shields, I'm running 4 Radiant Shields. Basically, call cost, pay 1 gauge, nullify attack, deal 1 damage to your opponent. But you have to have a monster in the center. So you play this with your boots, your cleats, and they're essentially going to take 2 damage from it. The next one would be the average Mars Barrier. Mars Barrier is going to stop the link attacks. Non-link attack, actually. Because if they have a link attack, you want to play Radiant Shield. But it's good for early games. You can only play like a size 1 or size 0 in your center. Or you want to keep the size 1 gauger alive. For my spells, I'm running 2 enhancements. What enhancement does is if you have a size 3 in your center, play this card, you gauge 1 jaw 1. It can only be used once per turn, but it's really good first opening hand.
You win some, you lose some.
Next, I'm running 1 Fragment Reload. Fragment Reload is such a good card. Basically, you cast it, you destroy any monster on your opponent's field, and if you do, you put the number of cards from the top of your deck into your gauge. So if you're running short in gauge, you play this as long as you have your Prism in your center, and you get gauge for free.
Bam.
Very good card. Next one is I'm running Brush Upper. There it is, 2 of them. Brush Upper. As long as you have a Prism Dragon center, size 3, or actually any, but you want to use it for your size 3. Counter ability, you're going to choose it, you get a null, or it's going to say on the field damage, and if you have 6 life or more, you gauge 1. The gauge is nice, but if you're under 6 life, keeping it on the field is great. And then my next spell is 1 Prism Eye. Prism Eye. As long as you have a monster center, pay 1 gauge, destroy a monster in your opponent's field with power equal to or less than the defense of your monster in the center. So you have your size 3, you equip the boots, monster's probably going to be a 9k. Cast this on their attacking turn, because I don't like using them on my turn. And then it would destroy them. The only time you would cast it on your turn is if you're playing Thunder Empire and they have bats on the field. Kills bats. Next one spell is my gauge card, Visible Light. Visible Light's an automatic gauge 2, and if you have 8 life or more, you gauge 3. Very good in case you're gauge heavy. Lastly, I'm running 4 copies of Prism Amulet. Prism Amulet is giving it +3/+3 counterattack. So essentially, if they're linking attack you for 10, your monster's at 9, counterattack it, you're now going up to a 12 or 13k power if you have the size 1 in the field. But this is my second place deck. Hope you guys like it.
Alright, one important thing I want to say about this deck is, for all viewers, please keep in mind, for this box tournament, one of the conditions were that they could only use cards from this set, if anything looks weird to you. We're probably going to be doing updates with it, with a lot of, like, what is it, past cards for Star Dragon World, but just keep that in mind for the, both for this deck and for the first place deck. Alright, thanks, and please subscribe.